Love to get a good deal? Me too. Let me give you some advice on how to make your best offer in the current market. Tip number one, lean on your real estate professional. If your real estate professional is not giving you advice on how to make the best offer, they might not have the right professional. This is what they should be doing every day. And the biggest thing they can do is get you all the information, right? You're going to be able to negotiate better if you know everything you can about the seller's situation, about the real estate agent on the other side's negotiating style, about the house. They need to give you lots of information so you can figure out how to craft something that is best for you, that is still acceptable to the other side. Number two, for most sellers, unless your agent found out in tip number one that something else is more important to them, certainty is usually the thing that the seller cares the most about other than the price. Hey, is this going to close? No one wants to accept an offer, have their house off the market, clear out their house, and then find out, oh, we're not closing. No, they want to close. And a lot of times they'll trade some on the price for that certainty. And there are things that you can negotiate with on the certainty side that don't actually cost you anything. Additional earnest money, it can still be protected during the due diligence, and then it doesn't cost you any more when you get to closing. A shorter closing period, it's less time for something to go wrong if you're confident you're going to be able to do it and get it done in that time period. And those are just a couple options. But remember that certainty is typically huge to the seller. Tip number three, you can renegotiate. A lot of buyers don't know this, but if you have a due diligence period, which most contracts in this market are getting, in the due diligence period, the buyer has the right to walk away for any reason. You literally just change your mind. You're like, hey, I don't want to buy this house. You can walk away without penalty if you do that during the due diligence period. And that obviously puts the buyer in a very powerful negotiating position because you can walk away, but the seller can't. So you can ask for anything. I mean, you could ask for a new car if you wanted. Now, the seller doesn't have to do this, but you have the ultimate power to ask for what you want and walk away if you don't get it. And so during that second period, you have the opportunity to negotiate again during the due diligence. And once again, a lot of times the seller really values that period ending because what did they want in tip number two? They want certainty. They want that period to end. And so a lot of times you can get additional things that you might not have been able to get just by being willing to end that period. So there's 3 tips for you on how to negotiate the best offer in this current market. And if you're working with a great real estate professional, they're going to have more tips than that. But even if you do these 3, you're going to out-negotiate 90% of the buyers in this market and make sure that you get the best deal that you possibly can. If we can help you find a great deal, reach out. We would love to do it. We will see everybody else again next week.